In today's video, I'll be sharing the best Fortnite mobile settings and HUD for the new Simpsons season, and of course, there isn't like a best HUD for everyone because of course everyone is different and has their own preferences, but I will show you the best HUD to get started off with. So before that, be sure to use code KINGSLAYER in the item shop to support more of these videos, and I also go live every day, so check out those live streams and yeah, subscribe. We're almost at 2,500. Start off, my 3D res I have 100 just for the video, but like I would recommend having anywhere from like 60 to 75%. If you have 100, you could have input delay and stuff like that. Volume doesn't really matter, so everything maxed out. These settings are just preference based, but it just makes the game much easier and convenient with like hold jump, press jump, on. If you go down, hold swap pickup off, on. Reset building choice set to on. Simple edit is off. Of course, that's preference, but as a mobile player, I would suggest learning how to edit, and you can practice. I'll show you guys some maps that I use. If you genuinely don't want to do that, you can just use simple edit with touch. Auto confirm edits on edits, contextual tips on, delete. This doesn't really matter, but there it is. What really matters is the sensitivities. So I use a finger sleeve, which I can show on the screen right now, but it pretty much makes the screen a bit smoother and like quicker and all that. So the sensitivity isn't going to be like super high, like 19, 46, 47, but like I would recommend if you have finger sleeves, I would say like 14 to 20, and if you don't, like 20 to 35. Targeting and scope sensitivities, I would say like 46 to like 60% is good. Building around 100 to 120, 80. Acceleration at 1, of course. Everything else doesn't really matter either way. Alright, so this is my HUD. You know, it might seem a little jarring at first with all these buttons everywhere, but it is pretty simple. On the top left with my left index finger, we got the pickaxe, we got the SMG where it would usually be. My bottom left thumb, we have the movement, we have the heals, snipers, throwables and all that. Top right is with the AR, the shotgun. Bottom right is with the picking up items and switching modes, of course. And to get these individual icons and everything, to get this, I'm going to press the up arrow right there, and then I'm going to press the HUD button. And just go and find this little pickaxe orange outline and just drag that out. Once you have that, press down the up arrow, go to properties, and then make sure you want it to be either on combat or build, depending on what kind of button it is. Let's say I want to do a wall, so I wouldn't put it on build type. Go to inventory slot to 0, and it is now on a wall. So that's how you do that. Just adjust it to your size and liking. Of course, you don't have to copy my HUD. Of course, everyone has their own preferences, but I'm just trying to give you guys an idea. So I would recommend having your HUD use at least 3+ fingers, because that gives you a lot of control, a lot of consistency throughout your edits and building and everything. So I would recommend that. Go to edit. You can see this little button right here. This button is called the targeted edit button, which it can be found when you press the up arrow, go to buttons, and then it's right next to the reset button, which they kind of go hand in hand. The target edit button can be used when you enable properties. Go down to click through and enable click through on the button. Pretty much it helps you edit faster without using your fingers. You just gotta drag it around and then it edits for you instead of having to like move your fingers a whole lot. I have it put over my shoot buttons in the combat mode, so it's matching up between those two modes. You also want to edit the edit link so it works properly. Make sure it's only on edit, and yeah, there you have that. So that is my HUD. If you have any questions, let me know. But next up, I will show you guys some maps to practice on that I use personally and that are very helpful. So let's get into that. Alright, the first best map to practice on mobile to get better is this edit practice map, which the code is on screen. And pretty much it's a very simple map, to be honest, but it's really helpful in editing, and I used it early on. It really helps in getting your edits locked in, quick, consistent, and fast. And there's also a free building section, which it helps a lot as well. There's different modes and everything, which I will show you guys, and let's get into it. Alright, so here is the map. As you can see, it has different speeds. Very simple, primarily focused on editing and some free building over here, but the ones I would recommend practicing for this map is with the infinite edits. So infinite walls is really good to edit. It just helps you be consistent over time. Just do this a few times in the morning when you get on, or in the afternoon before you get off. And yeah, just doing over and over again is really helpful for your edits. Just slow it down if you need to, and your sensitivity, or go faster if it's too slow, and that helps you judge like how your senses to be. And for your floors, same thing, you know, it helps you just know to go back, and yeah, your ramps and everything. I also recommend practicing like these more advanced ones as well as get better, and you change speeds. Like if it's too hard for you like to edit, just go slow down the speed. and slow down the speed to very slow, makes it a bit easier for you, makes it a bit simpler and quicker and everything, so you can do that. And build over here, it's a very simple map. It's very helpful though. I went from like slow edits where I couldn't even get wins, cleaner edits, much simpler, much, you can do piece control, which I will show you a good map for piece control after this, so check that out. Alright, the second map I recommend practicing on is the aim, edit, piece control map by Ollie ZD. So here is the second map with aim, edit, piece, and free build, which the best part of this map is definitely the aim and the piece control. Aim is really good for this. Practicing is really fun as well. You got the launch bots and all sorts of different scenarios, and yeah. We have it for shotguns, close range, far range, snipers, ARs, everything here, as you can see. 360 bounce, 360 track, fast, slow, medium speeds, and yeah, it just helps you even for a few minutes, like practice your aim. Even like turning off aim assist can help sometimes, and turning it back on just to like get used to aiming normally. So when you emote, it brings you back. Next one I'm going to show you guys is the piece control section. Of course the other parts can be used too, but like they're not as complex as the other map I showed you guys. But this one is really good for piece control and aim. So as you can see, there's easy, hard, pro, complex, tunnels as well, which is really cool, and it like really helps you out. As you can see, I can just go in here like this and just go crazy. Overall, as you can see, there's tunnels up this way, down here. There's a lot of tunnels, man. So that's like the best for this map. I mean, you can use other parts too, but these are like the most helpful parts for me. Alright, the last two maps I recommend are the solo and duo scrims maps, which are also super helpful because they provide like a free-for-all island with people across different platforms, and just improve it off of that, especially in public lobbies. It's really fun and good for improving. So be sure to support this map I dropped not that long ago. I know it's not Halloween anymore, but like I'll drop the Christmas update very soon, so check it out, show some support. Be sure to favorite the map, be sure to like as well.